Welcome to a short bus update for Salvage 1. She is running. We do try to come out here every once in a while to get it running, keep the batteries fully charged. I got one of these little gadgets here. I think they're originally made for motorcycles, but you can see what your batteries and everything's charging at. So right now everything's charging at 13.8, which means these were kind of low. So I need to come out probably a little bit more often than once every 2 months to run it. But we're going to let it run for about a half hour. And it's not really that loud. Again, we're only at 800, 900 RPM. The engine sits right here. It's a big giant 6-cylinder. In fact, pop it open. We'll show you the cobwebs. I looked in there real quick to make sure there was no rat's nests or anything, or none of the hoses or lines got destroyed. That's what you're dealing with.
So I see the appeal for pusher style buses where the engine's in back behind the sleeping compartment.
You know, and I understand why people would want that, but personally my experience so far is this is not bad. And I can live with this kind of noise. I mean,
you're going to have this kind of highway noise, so...
Yeah, it'll be even a little bit more rumbly than this when you're on the highway, but I've shot videos where the phone was up here, shooting me here while I was driving, and you could still hear what I'm saying. Pretty good. You know, unless the phone was a crap phone and the speaker was going out, which has happened a few times.
Yeah, you should still get a Rode microphone, but...
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, right now we're doing great. We are going to get more adventures on the road. Some adventures, should I say. Right now, the only on-road adventures we've had is taking it to DMV or...
way station or the truck wash.
Or something, yeah. So we do want to actually go out and start living in it, camping in it. Now that the temperatures are coming down, I think today's high is only going to be 91 or 92. So that's doable. Mornings are in the 60s and low 70s, and that's perfect. So now that that weather is finally here, we're going to clean everything up, get all the dust off everything, go out and start living. We're shooting good videos. Quartzite is already started underway. There's thousands of people already out there. We want to join them. Yeah, what was I saying? Like, I think I cut myself off here. So yeah, it's 13.8. That means it's showing that it's charging. The system is charging. If I plug this in without it running, it'll show me what the batteries are at. So after I'm done running it for a while, I'll turn the engine off and everything and then see what the batteries are at.
Now, how do you have that connected?
There's an SAE plug that goes in. It's mounted inside. Whoever had the bus before me, whether it was the president or school or whatever, hooked that up so that they can put stuff like this and control panels and stuff that run off SAE connectors, which is this.
SAE connector, okay.
And this wires here it's either going into the system that's hooked to the alternator, or it's going into the bus's computer and reading it off of there. I'm not sure how it's hooked up in there, but through it I can power things. I can read what the alternator's doing. I can read what the batteries are doing, all from this one wire. That's cool. Yeah, we're just sitting in neutral. I got the air brakes on. I let all the air system work up. That worked up fine.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Tell them about if you let the bus sit too long, what happens to the air ride system.
Yeah, if it sits too long, it holds air in the system, but then after a while it starts to bleed off and the back end will settle a little bit. The air will come out of the airbags and it'll settle. And there's two camps on that. Some people say that's perfectly normal, and some people say, oh, you got a leak in the system, it should never go down, but no. This is designed to go down, and then when you start it up, everything comes back up. And then when you're driving down the road, you got the pressure relief valve going off, so you know the system's filling up completely with enough pressure to put that valve off, and you hear
temp?
Started to get a high temp. I saw some steam come out of the bottom, and then I heard a fan kick on. Now I revved it up, and it's starting to come back down. It's probably a little low on water.
All right.
It said it had that leaking radiator hose at the bottom. So before I go any trips, I want to take it back over to Midway and just get it all looked at and make sure everything's good to go.
Oh yeah, our camera equipment overheated again.
At 90 degrees.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's in the direct sunlight. It's still over 100, so we had to wait for the camera equipment to cool down so we could start again with the video. So, sorry for the break. But while it's been running, it looks like it leaked enough water to set the temperature up.
I think it's low in general. So still doing 13.8 charging.
All right.
I'm going to turn it off and then let it sit for a minute and then see what it says on the batteries.
All right. And you didn't have to do any kind of like shut-off procedures first because you didn't have run the doors or the brakes.
The air brakes are on, but I never took them off.
Right. That's what I was going to. You got to check the brakes and all that kind of stuff. Well, look at that. Right down to 112.9.
But that's charged
with the system off.
But that's fully charged.
We'll see like that in a minute.
Yeah, see what it looks like. But if it's 12.3 or 12.1, then it's low. But anything that's over like 12.5, 12.6 or higher, those are charged.
But in a minute, if that goes down to 12.1 or something, we know the batteries are going.
No, I just need to run it longer. It needs to run longer to charge more.
All right, so it's not a sign that the batteries are weak. It's just that you just need to run it longer.
I'm not running it enough. The vehicle's not being run enough.
How new are these batteries, or how old?
One battery is a year old, and the other battery is
original to the
probably 2 years old.
All right. Yeah, you got this in what, 2020 or 2021?
No, they're both a year old. I got both batteries last year.
Oh, okay.
March.
All right.
March of 2022.
I remember because you posted a video about hooking them up.
2022 is when I got them.
And when did you get this? In February 2021? April?
February 2022.
February 2022. Okay.
So 12.7.
So they're just discharging naturally.
Yeah, they're settling down now. I put water in them about 2 months ago and haven't run it since.
Now, should you have checked the water again?
No, the water's fine. Because it was a year before I checked them before, and they were just a little low on some of the cells. Not like low touching the top of the cells, but just low.
Yeah, comparative to the others.
Compared to the full of the others, so I just topped them all off so that they're all where they're supposed to be, and then.
So you feel that with it being unused, even though we're in a high temperature area of the planet, you topping them off every 2 months, opening them up, cracking them open, looking as
that's your regular maintenance schedule. You should open them up every month or two to look at them, and more maybe every couple trips. If you're traveling a lot during the summer times, you should probably check them before or after every trip or 2 trips. But since this thing is only running 40 minutes
every couple months,
20 to 40 minutes every couple of months, yeah, you check them when you go to start it, check it when you, or just on a 2-month schedule, 3-month schedule.
Well, hopefully life has settled down enough that you can start taking this out, because it's a shame that you've had this thing for a year and a half and you haven't been able to go anywhere yet.
Yeah.
Life
so
is.
They're staying at 12.7, so they're staying charged.
Okay, so do you want to try and turn it on again, or you feel good?
I just don't know where the water level's at. I have to get in there. So there's no easy way to check the water level. There's a water fill in the front, and then when you lift here, this compartment, there's no way to get to a water fill. I have to take it to Midway and see if they can show me where the water check is on here. I know it's got to be low because it says so in this meter.
And this is a typical antifreeze, or is there a special thing for diesel?
No, just typical antifreeze
or coolant. And you don't have to wait for any warning buzzers to go off?
I should have waited for that, but the thing is, it was already running for 40 minutes, so I know that the glow plugs are hot.
Okay.
Normally, you'd wait till that buzzer stops, and then you go to start.
Okay. But you cranked right over again, so what's the meter saying?
13.8, so we're back to charging again.
Okay. Now, what does that tell you? That the batteries are good?
Yeah, that means everything's running like it should. The alternator's running like it should. The batteries are charged like they should. And they kicked right over, so everything's fine, electrical-wise.
All right. So, for those who store their buses for periods in between traveling, hopefully it's helped you a little bit as far as batteries are concerned.
Okay, And we want to... So we did a visual inspection of everything. We walked up and down there and
we checked all the windows. I ran through the bus in the beginning. I'll do it again right now. I only see one window that has a little slight tilt to it, and one opened up on the other side. So that has a little tilt to it. These look fine behind the curtains. Always check your windows for leaks. Especially if you don't go through the process of tearing them out and putting them all back in. You got one back here that's tilted a little. And you got one that's got about an inch gap in it coming up right here. I don't see wood in it. I don't know if you left that open for air.
No, I think it just fell down on its own.
Oh, yeah, there's the dowel for the window. So he can, when he goes his walkthrough, he can put that back in. But there you go. Some little tilties, like they want to go down if the dowel wasn't in the window. So maybe some repair kits in your future.
Yep, I bought some expandable rods. They go from 12-inch up to 26-inch. As you adjustable rods, and I think I'll use those when I'm on the road.
It's like, they go horizontal or vertical?
Either way, you can go horizontal or vertical because there's.
Oh, will they block the track so the window can't fall?
They'll prop up the one side, and then the other side rests on the frame, so the windows can't move.
Okay.
And
because I thought that's what the dowel was doing.
That's what the dowels are doing, but they're only doing one side. These other ones I can put in the middle.
Okay. Oh, in the middle. Okay.
Right. Plus they're metal, so the wood is flexing. When it gets really cold, it stiffens, and when it gets hot, it bends. So they keep falling out.
And with the no humidity, it shrinks.
So the wood is flexing and goes back to shape, and it flexes and goes back to shape depending on the temperature, and they keep popping out of the tracks.
Right.
So I got these metal expandable ones that run on a spring, and there's no expanding.
Plus, when there's boobs, you got like a 40, 50 mile an hour wind slamming the side of this bus.
Right. So with those metal ones, there should be no deflecting or doing anything weird.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Possibly an AC unit in the future. Remove one of these. Would you move it? Would you put it in the back over the bed, or would you put it in front in the common area?
I would. I mean, they should fill. Because this comes out to roughly 220 square foot of space. So no matter where I put it, it'll keep the place cool.
Right.
Because even like a 5,000 or 6,000 BTU unit of any kind should handle 200 square foot of space with no problem. Of course, the lower the BTU, the longer it has to run to get the job done. And there's rolling units. You can either get ones that mount in the hatches.
Yeah, like an RV style.
Right. You can get ones that mount in the windows. You can get these things called splits or mini splits. Part of it's outside, part of it's inside. But then they make these ones that roll. They're like think of like R2D2.
Right.
And you just plug it into whatever power you got, power source. They have a drain hose for the water, so when any humidity is pulling out of the air, it collects in there. And then it'll drain out.
So would you run that out your shower or out the front door?
Yeah, well, I'd find out where I
because you really only got two places because everything else is higher than the unit.
Right. So yeah, I'd probably put it back by the back end and run the hose to the shower outlet.
Got it.
And then that should be more than enough to keep this bus area cool during the worst parts.
Plus, I'm sure once you get the windows covered and
everything else, yeah. If you can cover all the windows and have the AC on, you can control the temperature. If you go to somewhere like it is now, just drop all the windows and let the natural breeze come through, you won't even need an AC unit.
Oh, yeah, this would be like 15 degrees cooler if the windows weren't all up because we're not technically in the sun. But as soon as you lay your back against a wall where the sun's coming through the window, man, you're in microwave mode.
So, yeah, there's always there's ways around everything. You just have to go out and actually use your bus.
And learn it.
What it does to keep it cool, and then you acclimate to it, and what feels like hell right now, or like 2 weeks ago when it was 115, isn't that bad once you're acclimated to things and you just mentally.
Yeah, when you live in a house that's 75 degrees all year round, it's going to take a little bit to.
Everything you do on a bus feels like you're in hell.
Yeah, for the first couple weeks.
Once you're acclimated, you're fine.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. I guess it's time to go.
Okay, then.
Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment below. Tell me if you hate me. Tell me if you love me. Tell me everything you have to do about the bus, what you hate, what you do on yourself, everything, all that fun stuff.
Oh, hate this mofo. Hate this mofo.
Alrighty. Yeah.
No, actually, don't hate on this guy. Okay, he does a lot to try and help, out in his way in the community. So don't hate this guy.
Hate. Go ahead and hate. I know.
But you got mini bike stuff coming up, and
I got mini bike
electric
content,
bikes coming up.
Content coming up. Are we going to do the cars? Is that going to be on your channel?
The cars.
Yeah,
Probably. I'll probably do a review of those on my channel. Yeah.
All right. So we'll stick to the buses and because the e-bikes and the mini bikes were for shuttle.
Yeah, like your little shuttle pods.
So that's why they're on the channel, because they're integrated into the bus life. And
yeah, I think I have a walkthrough where I showed the bike rack in the back, where the e-bike is supposed to
where it's going to
live.
If I
eventually.
take the e-bike, that'll live there. If the mini bike comes, that's where it'll live. Eventually, there'll be an electronic station back there, so I can charge the e-bike and everything. Did you show the generator and all that?
I showed what kind of generator you got and the size, and
so all that's in upcoming videos when I actually pull the stuff out to use it.
So really quick, is all of that stuff staying inside, or are you going to do any side of outside mounting?
No, it's going to stay inside, and then when I get where I'm going, I'll put it outside.
Okay.
You want the generator like 15, 20 feet from the bus. You don't want to be huffing fumes all day while it's running.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because if you're actually going to make the bus look like somebody lives here, if you're
no, I'm not going to make fucking excuse me, my French, but I'm not going to make like chimneys coming out of the top.
Right, wood stove ovens and
wood,
a rolling log cabin.
Yeah, shingles and all that. It's not going to be a Hobbit hut on wheels.
I want it to make it look like a true stealth.
I want it when you're looking at it from the outside, it's a prison bus, and then when you're inside, it's like, oh, it's comfortable. It's not going to win awards for good looks and layout, but it will be comfortable.
Right. Well, you already got a chair over there that I'm envious of in my house, and yet I'm sitting here seeing it on the bus. I love that chair, that little captain's barrel chair. Yeah.
We used to have those in the van. Remember Steve's van?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what got me to get that when I first saw it. It was like, I know they're comfortable, and they full swivel, 360-degree swivel, so they're awesome. So anyways, cut this short. I don't want to bore you guys with a lot of talking and no real bus stuff, but
plans.
We got content coming now that the temperatures are down, now that all the family stuff is over and done with, and it's just no more crazy responsibilities. We're going to be hitting the road and getting stuff done.
Yep. Very good.
Thank you, guys.
Later.